Welcome to the animated recap. In this video, we recapped another adventures and comedy movie named Bolt that was released in 2008. In the start of this movie, a young girl who was named Penny is shown. She receives a white puppy as a gift. As she watches it, she is ecstatic. She is extremely passionate about dogs. She calls it Bolt. She wants it to wear a name chain around its neck, among other things. They enjoy their time together a lot. 5 years pass in this manner. Right now, Penny and Bolt are adults. But the scientists sees it. And they start doing different tests on it. However, everything works out just fine because Bolt encourages the growth of superhuman abilities. It had grown stronger. Penny learns of her father's situation one day. He requests assistance from Penny. Several individuals have taken him. In order to preserve her father's life, Penny relocates there with her super dog Bolt. After Penny and Bolt, more robbers begin as they prepare to protect the father from the robbers. Bolt snarls loudly in that location. Vehicles pursuing the thieves start to soar through the air as a result. Everything had been destroyed. They later realize they weren't such horrible men after all. They weren't being followed, too. They were who? Currently, a movie was being made. And they were just filming the scene for the movie. And Bolt hurt them without justification. For them as well, Bolt used to perform. The director of the movie made the decision not to give Bolt any behavioral instructions. It's conceivable that every professional performer departed because they want Bolt's commercial success. The effect may be that everything seems true. Then Penny arrives, pulling Bolt along with her. They are unaware that a film is being produced. Bolt is first introduced by Penny. Bolt is her favorite character. It also has no desire to move. Penny says, "I know you are my favorite dog, Bolt. But as a single unit, we are unable to go on. Just concentrate on the tasks at hand. You are actually where you are there. But if you'd like, we can meet." Bolt travels in the same car. Penny then departs the region. 2 stray cats then showed up. After that, they start making fun of Bolt for showing up. "Oh, you are super dog, you are. Too much has been said about you. You linger here." They also choose not to disclose. It's shocking that today's events were being videotaped. "Will you assist Penny once more if those men annoy her once more?" They inquire. Then Bolt manifests. "She can trust that I will support her." Penny and Bolt are spotted the following day. They are returning to the location where Penny's dad was taken. There is video evidence of this movie scene as well. The robbers learn that Penny and Bolt are nearby in this scene. Therefore, they also take Penny. Additionally, Bolt was put in a box. Because his father had not been kidnapped, Penny originally relished the time spent filming the movie. But as Bolt is kept in a box, she observes him being disturbed. "My father and I were both arrested as well." Then she explains what happened to Bolt, that everything is safe and that this is only a staged event for the film. He is halted by the director, who says, "We must remain sincere." Bolt depicts genuine reactions that accurately capture the struggle you are going through. Then it is discovered that Bolt continues to spend each night in the same car. He must go to Penny as it is angry. It was still convinced that those thieves were in control of its most valuable Penny for this reason. It rushes out of its truck to save Penny. Then it examines a box. It assumes the presence of Penny. It begins to frantically jump before falling into a package of pink foams. However, someone arrives and removes those cartons in order to ship them somewhere. Bolt leaves the closed box at the area where the boxes had been loaded. It emerges as you crush the boxes. Only Penny needs to be saved. It didn't realize that it was only a little part of the filming. Everyone is secure there. It burst into wrath. It previously thought it possessed superhuman skills. It wanted to use them. Then Bolt starts running in that direction in an effort to find the box carrying Penny. It advances toward the road. It leaps tall of the barricade but lands on the floor right away. He then discovers the identical box when it eventually reaches the road. It claims that Penny was indeed there. The box is reached for, but nothing is found inside. Then it starts running again, Penny, looking for its loved ones. Bolt hits something in the road with his head as he runs. After that, a couple birds release it and soar overhead. Can you advise me to the whereabouts of the stray cat? Bolt asks. It recognizes the individual who is imprisoning my Penny. Bolt then reached out and touched the black cat, who was grinning slyly. It only points to a bridge and says nothing to Bolt. Bolt warns, don't tell, or I might throw you out of here if you do. The collar tag on the dog is then seen by cats. The word Hollywood is used. It suggests as much because it was a part of Hollywood. It also gave rise to the cat. Okay, it says. I will elaborate. Take me up on this. Bolt neatly ties the cat's collar line into a knot. So perhaps this cunning cat won't flee. The cat begins to remove it from the location where the man's Penny took it. Then, cat says, bring it to a truck and Bolt, adding, I have had enough. She's present. However, the truck is locked. You are being unlocked by Bolt. I have a sensation that the car will either open or explode if I unlock it. Bolt started to perceive himself as a superhero with superpowers. The cat demands that you leave me right now, but Bolt responds, not until Penny is hunted for. The sofa, Bolt, and the cat are then shown being loaded onto the truck. The cat reaches into the truck and begins to paw through the boxes, pulling out a baseball bat. It then starts to strike Bolt's head. If I hit it, I might knock it out cold and get away, saving my life. However, it falls inside the box by itself. Afterward, the other boxes collapse on top of it. Additionally, Bolt gets plastered in those pink foams when he exits the car. It's quite frightened. Now that it has fallen off the car, it is hurting. The cat then hears Bolt declare, buddy, I had never experienced agony before. But just now, my body hurts. I don't know what you think of yourself, the cat says. I actually had superpowers, Bolt says. Even if I fell from the moving truck onto the road, I might not have felt a thing. But it appears that my superpowers have been compromised by pink foam. I was initially entangled in it. After that, I attempted to jump but failed and hit the ground. I collapsed on the ground in pain, covered in pink foam. Bolt, the cat then commands. There is nothing we can do to help. The Bolt becomes alarmed as the cat comes up with a plan to use pink foam. It pulls that foam in its path. Then Bolt actually begins to experience anxiety. Bolt, however, dispatches the cat with ease and tells it, I'm feeling hungry. What ought I to do? The cat then takes it while someone else is preparing dinner there. The cat then delivers the dog a warning, saying, you need food, you hear, otherwise, everyone loves dogs. You'll need to be considerate when bringing me meals. Your behavior will show them that you are hungry. Bolt then exclaims, I am an actor. I have never before asked for food. I then request a meal in accordance with the cat's wishes. You must now make your request known. Then, how are you going to eat? Bolt, the puppy, follows suit after that. As they continue, they come across a hamster. That is really beautiful. When it sees Bolt, my superhero, it demands it. Love everything you do. Though my eyes don't believe I have seen you. Bolt then responds, okay, thanks. Are you going to assist the hamster? Penny. I am aware of Penny's challenging circumstance. Without a doubt, hamster has watched the place scene as well. Compared to what it already comprehends, Bolt still struggles with comprehension. It does scream out. I will give you Penny, watch me here. The hamster, cat, and now Bolt fall apart to attach Penny. They attach hamster to a bridge. Because a train was due to pass at the bottom, they had come here. They intended to jump from that point. What gives you the feeling that you will always be saved if you fall over somewhere? The terrified cat yells at Bolt, who responds, yeah. It is true. I have superpowers. The cat asks out loud, what superhero are you? You are only pretending to be a superhero, you are not one. When you pass away, I will pass away alongside you. Due to the attached line around the cat's neck, Bolt jumps off, but the cat does the same. But the cat is waiting in a tree. Bolt gives the command for it to descend from the bottom. But the cat declares, "I'm not coming." Bolt then begins barking loudly. However, the animal control agency staff members show up. "Bolt, please be quiet, the cat is calling." It still barks, though. It has to provide evidence that it is a super dog. But it started to cause it issues. While capturing them, the animal control agency personnel are on the move. They packed them into a box and drove off with it. Bolt attempts to open the car's door. The door finally opens. As a result, it rejoices. Hamster hears it say, "Look," and responds, "I got going." The hamster says, "I came here to save you, so I opened it from the outside." Then Bolt finds that its flesh has been inked with something. "These are being removed," it says. "In addition, you opened the door from the outside. And I have only recently come to the realization that I'm no super dog." "Dear hamster." The hamster responds, "I don't have time for senseless conversation. What would you like?" "Bolt." The cat cries out. The cat is still present in the vehicle. We will need to hold on to it. It had backed us up. Notwithstanding the situation, they now depart to save the cat. The cat is happy since it was saved. The cat informs it that, rather than being an ordinary dog, it is actually a super dog. "Even if I could have treated you better, you saved me." Bolt claims, "I am aware that I am only a regular dog, not a super dog." And then the cat says, "Yeah. Being a typical dog is not uncomfortable in the least. I provide you advice on how to live a typical life. There aren't any detainees. There are no restrictions. Enjoy as you see fit." When they initially start playing, the cat teaches it way too much. That Bolt had never in his life come across another standard. Suddenly, Bolt thinks of Penny, who was my best buddy. I must protect her. "Bolt, Penny was cast in the movie you were working on," the cat says with a stance. "You weren't told to express your true feelings. That it was just a scene from a movie. Penny and her father are both secure. Neither has been taken hostage." Bolt is utterly stunned. The cat informs it that it is nothing to be astonished by. "When we first met, my owner used to like me." Bolt initially agrees, but he ultimately rejects it. "Why do I believe your story to be accurate? I must defend my owner. There might not be late after getting detected in your statements." Bolt enters the area that its vehicle is now parked in. It hears Penny's voice as it searches for her. And as it accelerates, it begins to move to Penny. It checks to make sure there isn't another dog there already. That is a sizable object. It has a Bolt-inspired tattoo on its torso. But Penny is approving of it. Bolt thinks that everything changed after its departure. Penny's favorite dog might be this one. Then it leaves in despair. But the fact that a movie is being made is widely known. From the other side, the cat and hamster are pursuing Bolt. Penny screams out to her mother, "Mom," as she departs. "Making movies is no longer something I like. A lot of me misses Bolt. I'm unsure of its whereabouts." Bolt, however, disregards this conversation and approaches the cat. That had reached that place. The cat overhears it saying, "You said right, people love us for a short while before replacing us." The cat cautions, "I could be misled as well. You also do. I'm coming here after hearing Penny throughout their conversation. She misses you a lot. And that was filming that you saw." Bolt then says, "Enough is enough. How frequently will you change your mind? I'm in good shape. Nothing you say will have an effect on me." They then proceed to the place where the film's next scene is due to start. Penny is handing some place. Bolt's likeness was shared by another dog who went there and helped save Penny. The problem is that it cannot act like Bolt because it is terrified. A fire breaks out in the interim and everyone runs away in terror. Penny is left unsupervised there. She is unhappy because she thinks no one is interested in her. Then Bolt dashes over to save the victim, Penny. Penny gives you a hug while saying, "I missed you a lot." As they begin to run, Penny is knocked out by the smoke spread. She then passes out. Next to her, Bolt starts crying. The dog begins to bark when it appears like help is on the way. When the emergency team shows up, they are saved and taken to the hospital. Everyone is appreciating the movie, Bolt, regardless of whether they are fans or not. In the image, he portrayed the super dog. Furthermore, it truly performed superhero feats. Bolt is thrilled to hear it. In the movie, Penny and Bolt start to collaborate once more. All of them had started living together. The fact that a cat and hamster used to live in the same house with them was another unusual feature. They lived a happy way of life. The movie ends here with this last beautiful scene. The movie Bolt ends here. Thanks everyone for watching this video. To watch more interesting animated movies, please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon.